Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is March 19th, St. Joseph's Feast Day, also known as my daughter's birthday, guys. So we're having a good morning today, man. All the things, the fairy dust, unicorn sprinkles, rainbows, hashtag girl dad, doing the stuff this morning. Going to continue to do it all day. And I'm happy to share with you this morning, ladies and gentlemen, on the Grow Show. For those of you who don't know me, Coach Kyle Evans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Maps coach, bold coach, all the things. And I get to hang out with you each and every morning for your daily checkup from the neck up. Guys, I had some things planned. And then I was like, you know what? Let's continue the conversation from yesterday because again, I went into some calls with some clients and then that kind of theme popped up over and over again. So I was like, let's stick with this time blocking thread here because I think there's a lot of room. Some of us may be doing it good. Some of us may be doing it well. Some of us could be doing better. Some of us ain't doing it at all. And that's okay, guys. We're here to work. We're here to grow. As you know, this is a judgment free area. So, one of the things that I'm going to do today is show you guys my calendar and just how I make the razzle dazzle work. Because one of the things I hear all the time is, I don't know how you do it. I do it through extensive time blocking. And it's not something that I think I've mastered yet. I think I'm really good at it. I don't know if I'm one of the greats at it, but I'm really, really good. And I'm going to continue to get better and better over time with intentional focus. I'm going to give you some of the lessons that I learned and some that I'm still currently learning, including one that I picked up last week that's going to drastically impact how I structure things. So we're going to spend some time on time today, if you will. So buckle up, Buttercup. Let's dive in, guys. One of the foundational principles of this I want you to understand is that to do this effectively, we have to have an idea, a goal, a plan, a vision of what our time should even look like. What are we looking to get accomplished? What are the big rocks, if you will? What are the non negotiables? What are the 20% things that are going to drive the 80% of results? Talking about the Pareto principle. So I want you to reverse engineer your calendar. Too many people build their day with random tasks, not priorities. Guys, there is not enough time to get everything done. There is enough time, however, to get the most important things done. The question is, are you planning that? Maybe, maybe not. Time will tell. So let's keep going, man. We're going to reverse engineer our calendar. Block the money makers, block the relationship builders, block your health first. I think those are some primary targets that we should be giving credence to in this. Money makers, relationship builders, in our health. I think those things need to go on your calendar first, and then we can add in stuff around it. So, what is going to make you money? What is going to build your relationships? Familial, friendship, spiritual, like whatever it is, put those on your calendar. Because again, from the bold room, if it's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist. If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. Truer words have never been spoken, especially for entrepreneurs. And then our health, guys. I mean, you've heard me say it a million times. It's something we really believe in on this show. We got to take care of ourselves. Gary Keller and got this quote in my head because my coach recently coached it into me. And I've heard it before, and it's funny bringing back things and yet when they hold it up in front of you so you can't look away, you're like, all right, I hear you. And he said, Gary Keller says, you either give your body a break or your body will make you take a break. You either give your body a break or your body at one point will make you take a break. I would rather be intentional about my breaks than getting it thrust upon me for an indescript amount of time. because I didn't take care of myself. So those are some ideas, man. If it's not legion, it's not follow up, it's not personal growth, spiritual growth. It does not get the best hours of my day. It does not get the first fruits. Think about that, man. Another idea is this: color coding. Now, I'm a dude's dude, man. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the deep south down yonder, and all that. And color coding, when my old coach first told me to color code my calendar, I was like, come on, come on. No, I'm not doing that. That's silly. And then she was like, oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And so I did it. And let me tell you something, guys. It's been like 6 years now. And it's been color coded ever since because it works. It works very, very well. Number one, it works on a psychological level. So if you're gamifying your calendar, an idea might be you make your appointment blocks yellow, and your goal each week when you're looking at it is to flip them to green, money, right? My goal is to flip this color. It's a game. Another way that I love that helps me tremendously is it allows me to quick glance at my calendar and be triggered by the colors on what is needed of the day. Because each day I'm looking at my calendar many, many times. So I can wrap my brain around what's to come and what I have expected of myself. So I can quickly glance and be like, okay, this is that type of day. Okay, I have this coming up without having to really go through it and dissect it because that takes even more time. So there's an idea for you. Color coding works. The next one is this: time block for energy, not just tasks. Time block for energy, not just tasks. You are not a machine. So this is something me and my coach, one of my current coaches, got into a talk about, and he opened my eyes about this. And I'm going to start putting it in there and seeing how it shakes out for me personally. I was always under the idea, and still kind of am, jury's still out, that we should do our hardest conversations in the morning, first thing in the morning, get them out the way, do the hard thing first, eat the frog. And he had a very interesting theory. Said, all right, let's say you start your body at 100%, your mindset, your willpower at 100%, and you have your tough conversations first. And let's say on a good day, the tough conversations, harder conversations, more challenging, ones you don't love as much, they drop your energy down to 70%. You started at 100, the hard stuff dropped it down to 70. We both know we're probably being gracious there. It might really look like 50 or even 30% that it drops it down to. Some of those conversations can be challenging. And he said, here's the thing: you now spend the rest of your day operating at that lower percentile. And I was like, hmm, hmm. Never really thought about it that way. He said, so now your energy is naturally lower for the conversations you want to have, you desire to have. Do you think that can show up on the phone, on the Zooms, on the consultations? And I was like, dang, dude, that's an interesting, valid thought process. He said, now my way is I like to have my higher energy conversations, the ones I enjoy first. They're getting my 100%. They're getting all of me. They're giving me at my highest. And they also don't take from me very much. So then when I'm walking into my tougher conversations, maybe at 11 o'clock, maybe at 10:30, maybe at 12, depending, I'm only at 90%, or I'm at 90%, I'm at 80%, as opposed to the 70, the 50, the 30. So, something to think about, guys. We are not a machine. As the one thing says, your willpower is not on will call or quantum leap. Ideas. The next one is this: treat appointments with yourself like appointments with clients. Most people break their time blocks because they don't respect themselves in the same way that they respect others. Most people break their time blocks because we don't respect ourselves as much as we respect others. Said another way, we don't value our time as much as we value others. Would you reschedule a $10,000 client meeting because you weren't feeling it? No, you're going to go on it. You're going to give it all the razzle dazzle you got. However, let me ask the question. Do you reschedule meetings for yourself or things that you're supposed to do? Shots fired. Heck yeah, you do. We do it all the time. We're professional negotiators. You should hear us negotiate with ourselves. My goodness. Think about that, guys. Treat appointments like you're with yourself with very high regard. One that I'm starting to really adopt, and this is another conversation that we had recently, and it was something that, again, I have not mastered my calendar. I'm growing into it. I'm really good at it. I'm great at it. And there's still things that I can learn. I have such a structured calendar now that last week, you guys know I've had a challenging week, a lot of different things coming up, a lot of things happening, low body battery, low energy because of lack of sleep. He said, how's that showing up for you? And I said, I've realized that I think my calendar is too structured because that external stressors, that external wrench that got thrown in the machine has shown up, at least for me, throughout my calendar. And so now I'm working to catch up and I'm working to do all these things, and it was too structured. So now what I've started to do is build in energy breaks throughout the day. And maybe it might not be energy. Maybe it might be, ooh, I've got to slide this thing in here, the old erase and replace mantra. So something to think about, guys. Schedule an hour in there, schedule 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, to take care of something that may be lacking or to pour back into yourself a little bit because we're not the Energizer Bunny. We don't just keep going and going and going. We need some love. Maybe a little walkie walk, maybe a little snickety snack, whatever you need to get that extra feeling of going further. A final thought on the calendar before I start to dive into mine with you is this: audit your calendar once a week. Audit your calendar once a week. I call it weekly planning time. I make sure that I do this every single Friday. And again, I'm not this wise Yoda of business and real estate. This was coached into me. This was given to me by a coach. And she said, hey, shout out Emily Baker. She said, hey, you're going to do planning time each week. I was like, you know how busy I am. And you think that being as busy as I am, that I should just invent an extra hour to do nothing but plan? You have lost your natural born mind. And thank goodness, with her lovely accountability, she's like, you're going to do it, or I'm not going to be here tomorrow. And I was like, all right, all right. So I did it. And again, this was years ago, and I've never gone back. It actually, that slowing down sped me up. It gave me more focus. It gave me more intentionality. It helped me move things around or delete things that weren't serving me. So often we get caught up in the rat race and we're going and going and going that we don't slow down to ask ourselves the question, am I doing my best or am I doing the best that it can be done? And if we don't have time to slow down and think about these things, we will miss them. We will miss them. So guys, let's take a little peek here and see what my calendar looks like. And I can show you guys just real talk how I'm doing and good or bad and what it looks like. And we can just dive in, man. Take a little peeksy peek, see what's going on. So as you can see here on this calendar, let's start with, I guess, today. Obviously, it looks like Picasso has joined in on here. I have multiple things that I can look at a glance. Number one, starting at the top, our DTD2. This is for all of our team. They can see who we are talking to this week. Clarity is power, y'all. Next, I have in brown some family things. We have our in-laws coming. Hey, do you think that's going to affect my calendar? Yeah. So we should have it there so we can see it. Have my wife's work schedule, important things that are going on, like my daughter's birthday. Hello. Should probably remember that one, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things I have too is I take care of myself and my family in the morning. I have that on there. It's an immovable thing. It is a non-negotiable. I'm going to spend time doing that each and every morning. It fills my cup. Obviously, you see the Grow Show. I get to hang out with you, ladies and gentlemen, every single day. Things to pour into ourselves. Guys, if you're not doing recon role play, it's a really good one with Denny Grimes, the goat of conversations and scripts. He hosts it every day. Maps pours back into the community, pours back into us with these options. You should take it up. The things that you see in gray are some of my consultations with my coaching calls. I have those on there. I'm meeting with them almost every day. We're talking about it. In my purple, that's some of my money making opportunities for my maps and mastery business. You see my bolds in purple. LGFUCD, lead gen, follow up, and close deals. I have time still that I make on my calendar. Our team gets together 9 to 11 every morning for lead generation. Now, here's some of the things I was talking about. I have some white space built in. This is not by accident. It is purposely put in there so I can, number one, eat, bio break, take a second to my thoughts, doom scroll, whatever I need to do to kind of fill my cup a bit. When our calendars are too rigid, you will break. So you need to have some time built in there, guys. Again, another purposeful break here, a purposeful break here, purposeful break here. However you are structuring it, make sure you might be the person who can go 4 hours without a break. That's okay. This is just an option on ways that you can do this. It does not have to be the rule. It is just an option on ways you can structure your calendar. So, guys, I trust that you're taking some things from this, learn from my mistakes, don't overbook yourself, and consider color coding. Also, consider booking again your money makers, your relationship builders, and your health and wellness on your calendar every day. By the way, my health and wellness is on there. It's just earlier than you guys saw. It's in that 4:45 to 6 a.m. block. Guys, I trust that this is helpful. If you want to learn more, if you want to chat offline about this, man, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, shoot me a direct message on Facebook. I'm happy to talk with you. I'm happy to share my failures, the things I'm doing good, the things that I've learned along the way, and see if we can help you level up in your time blocking game, guys. Again, this isn't putting a square on the calendar, this is time blocking. Remember, we need to treat appointments for ourselves with the highest respect and keep promises that we make to ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, I know that was a lot in a little bit of time, but you know how we do on the Grow Show. I trust this checkup from the neck up was a good one. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. As always, love you, mean it.